My name is Jon Bokenkamp, and I am not necessarily associated with the building in the sense that I don't own it. The building is owned by the Masons here in town. They still own their Masonic temple. I am part of a group, the World Theater Foundation, and we're sort of a small board that is trying to reopen the theater. It's sitting empty right now. It has been for over a year, and what we want to do is see it not turned into sort of, it's our last movie theater on Main Street, and we want to see it not turned into a bar or some other sort of yarn shop or something like that. We think it could be a great movie theater. And a lot of the original stuff is sort of still here or vaguely, hidden under things. I remember coming here as a kid. I grew up in Kearney, so I remember coming here and seeing all these old movies. So this place is sort of a dinosaur of a business plan, but we're trying to open it up like they have in Scottsbluff and in Grand Island and do sort of Friday, Saturday, Sunday movies, discounted rates, not necessarily second run, but the art house type stuff you wouldn't typically get to see here and in Kearney. And so, yeah, I'll walk you through the tour. Parts of it are a little spooky. It's sort of a little bit of a haunted tour as well, so to get you in the spirit for Halloween with the fog and everything. But we pulled this down here and you can sort of see the original height of the ceiling. There was a ticket booth here right in the center of the room. So there would have been a window that you would come up to and buy your concessions. And then there were double doors here to take you into the auditorium itself. You can see some of the details on these columns here. I'll take you backstage as we go down, as we head down.
This is the cask of Amontillado.
The old coal room where they would dump the coal down, bring it over here to the heaters. My wife and I are both from here, it's home. I left during college and been living in LA for probably 14 years, and we decided to move back because our families were here, because it's a small town and we like that. And we found ourselves coming back more and more and realized we never intended to, but we just sort of stumbled back home, and it's a way of living thing. The Main Street and the theater is very much part of what's romantic to me about a small town, the idea that you could do something like this with this theater, and get it off the ground. It doesn't happen in the city unless you're the guy with tons of money and lots of connections.
Well, what this means for our community is you get a young entrepreneur like Jon, who's decided to come back to Nebraska. He grew up here. He knows the history of our community, and when he came back, he realized that the World Theater is something that he ought to try and save. And he is using his resources with friends and neighboring businesses and the Main Street program to help him accomplish his dreams of restoring a historic facility that's been on our Main Street for a number of years. So we're excited because what he brings to our downtown is an enthusiasm, that youthful enthusiasm and the ideas and the things that he's seen by traveling around the country. So he has a vision and he knows what it can look like and what that building can be again. Well, one of the things that's happened over the years is we've lost some historical buildings in Kearney. And I think our community, by embracing the Main Street program, has spoken and said, some of the remaining buildings, we want to do what we can to save those buildings, determine what type of investment, what type of opportunities are out there for restoring these old aging buildings.
When the Masons needed more space, they left this one and built the World Theater space. So we've got a couple still of Mason buildings downtown. The building probably looks odd to you because it has this very funny roof style on it that perhaps does not match the actual period of the building. Torn down, replaced, or facade.
Brick building, is that earlier? It looks like
yes, it is. It is. It's the oldest building in downtown Kearney. Is that building there? This building is still almost entirely intact. The original woodwork, especially on the second floor.
it's a way of, like a choice about a way of life, where we want to raise our kids, where we want them to go to school. We just wanted to get back to where we're from because I never pictured myself being an old man in LA. You know, there are no old people there. You know, it's weird. So.